Our primary purpose is to entertain, and where we can entertain responsibly, obviously we try to do that. We try to have a positive impact on the world, but the first thing we need to do is entertain.
That despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them,
look at the acting. Look at the range. It's Marlon Brando.
That at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
Rachel Zegler's latest outing in New York City was a subdued affair, reflecting the aftermath of her live-action Snow White film's dismal box office return. Dressed in an oversized denim jacket, gray sweatpants, and sneakers, the 23-year-old actress was spotted walking her golden doodle. Behind the scenes, tensions have reportedly been high among the cast and crew, primarily due to Zegler's social media posts and her divergent political views from her co-star Gal Gadot. Meanwhile, Zegler's critical comments about the original 1937 Snow White and her pointed political stances have only fueled ongoing controversies, leaving many to wonder how the studio, and the actress, will navigate the fallout moving forward. When AMC announced it was pulling Disney's live-action Snow White from all its theaters, the entertainment world was stunned. This wasn't just a box office flop. It was an implosion, the kind that sends shockwaves through an entire industry. A film that once promised to be a bold, progressive reimagining of a beloved classic had instead become a cautionary tale. And at the heart of it all, a rising star, a failed PR strategy, and a live television disaster that no one saw coming. From the beginning, Disney bet big on this film. They cast breakout actress Rachel Zegler as Snow White and paired her with the star power of Gal Gadot. The goal was clear: reintroduce a classic with modern flair. The budget soared to nearly $270 million. But soon after trailers dropped and press interviews began, cracks started to show.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Okay. So now she's saying here, she just changed all of Snow White. Snow White was a beautiful love story.
Fans were wary. Rumors of on-set tension, story rewrites, and marketing blunders leaked across social media. Still, no one expected the disaster that followed. Rachel Zegler was meant to be the fresh face that brought Snow White into a new era, talented, vocal, and unapologetically modern. But her press tour quickly took a turn. In several interviews, she appeared dismissive of the original 1937 film, stating bluntly that her Snow White wouldn't be saved by a prince or dreaming of true love.
I think everyone's going to have their assumptions about what it's actually going to be, but it's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. And whether or not she finds love along the way is anybody's guess until 2024.
All right, so Snow White is not about the love story, which is really wonderful. Snow White was all about the love story. That's what it was. That's the entire movie, about a girl who finds love in a prince that falls in love with her and saves her life. So I don't get it.
Many fans saw this as a dig at the heart of the original story. Online backlash grew fast. What was meant to be empowering sounded to some like disrespect. And just when the controversy was starting to gain momentum, it exploded. Zegler's infamous appearance on The View was meant to fix things. Instead, it became the moment that defined the downfall. According to insiders, Disney had given her talking points to stay on message, to smooth things over, but leave on air, she went off script. She doubled down on her criticism of the original film and dismissed concerns from fans. Producers were seen gesturing wildly off camera, trying to reel her in, but it was too late. Within minutes, the segment spiraled out of control. Zegler was reportedly escorted off set, and the show cut to an abrupt commercial break. Partial footage leaked online and went viral within hours. The meltdown had gone public, and there was no going back. Social media exploded. Hashtags like the Not My Snow White and Woke White flooded comment sections. Even supporters of modern adaptations started distancing themselves. Gal Gadot stayed silent. Rumors began swirling that she and Zegler were at odds behind the scenes. Whether true or not, the public perception was clear. This wasn't a united cast, and this wasn't a beloved film.
And scowling, she's the only person in line. The guy taking the tickets doesn't know her, which is an extra added insult, and then they decided to film inside the theater. Totally empty theater. Rachel Zegler, nobody is recognizing her. Nobody's saying how much they love her or how much they like her. And she's giving this like serial killer looking laugh face. And it's kind of sad.
Disney scrambled to do damage control, but every step seemed too little, too late. The bad press became the story. The movie became background noise. Then came the final blow. AMC, the largest theater chain in the US, announced it would no longer screen Snow White. Executives reportedly said the film's sales were so poor that keeping it in theaters was a financial loss.
You have a legendary IP that could have made $1 billion if it was faithfully adapted to the original, because the original made $4 billion adjusted for inflation. And you decided to make a movie for the modern audience that betrayed everything everyone liked about the original.
That kind of move is nearly unheard of for a Disney release. Typically, even underperforming blockbusters are given time to earn back some revenue. But Snow White was different. It had become radioactive. Families avoided it. Theaters sat half empty. It wasn't just a flop, it was box office poison. For Disney, the fallout was massive.
So no Prince or a different kind of Prince?
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because we cast a guy in the movie.
To everyone who hates when I win, the winged victory came to the Louvre in pieces, and people still line up to see her. And I can only hope that despite my flaws, and despite my cracks and my breaks, and there are many of them, that at every premiere and everything I do, people will wait in line to see.
All right, now she's getting kind of narcissistic there and talking about all her flaws, but, people are going to be waiting in line to see her. Well, that didn't happen. Learn how to tone it down. Stop being a Mama Luke. I hope this taught you a lesson because you're a great actress. There's no question about it. Again, great in West Side Story. She was terrific. Learn how to control your tongue.
Their strategy of modernizing classics was now under fire. Could they continue to remake beloved stories without alienating the audiences who loved them? Insiders began whispering about stricter media training for future stars. Would actors be forced to stick to scripts during interviews? Would creativity be sacrificed for brand control? The industry was watching closely, taking notes. This movie won't be remembered for its message, its performances, or its visuals. It will be remembered for the meltdown, that chaotic moment on live TV when everything unraveled. It will be remembered as the day AMC walked away from Disney. And it will haunt every future casting decision, every reboot, every press tour. Because in the end, this wasn't a fairy tale. It was a wake-up call.